This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Frankie C, and Jay McLovin / Biden. How's it going?
I'll tell you how it's going. I'm gonna make a statement and a prediction. Rockets beat the Hawks last night. Pretty good. I think 121-114. Pretty good there.
Pretty good. They almost blew a 20-point lead.
Hey, you hush your mouth. You hush your mouth. One at a time, please, sir. One at a time. You'll get your turn. Hold on a second. Now listen. The Rockets beat the Hawks last night. The Lakers lost to the Orlando Magic. So apparently the Pacers should have a pretty easy game tonight against the Lakers.
Don't be saying that shit.
How's it going, Frankie?
It's going good. You know, I don't say nothing anymore since of our last encounter, but you know, I let Jay say what he wants. Anyone could celebrate with a win over the Hawks. It's 20-point win, but you know, who else is caring, right? Other than that, I got mixed emotions today. You know, I got mixed emotions.
I know you do.
Did the Lakers play last night?
No, they didn't. We played on Sunday.
Okay,
Monday.
I was gonna say I didn't think they played last night.
No, I was just reflecting back to the last loss. There's a couple of them in a row. It's all good. Should be okay.
Hey, Pacers are on a 5-game winning streak.
5-game winning streak.
Won their last 4, won 4 in a row at home.
I told you, man. Pacers, y'all might be all right. Now you said you're on a 4-game winning streak. Were they all pretty tough teams?
Timberwolves.
We blew out Minnesota our last game.
Okay.
And then I forget who. A couple of the teams weren't real good teams. There was one of them was Brooklyn. We beat Brooklyn twice, so they're not a good team. I remember Orlando. No, it wasn't Orlando. So I remember I think it was another West team that came in. Can't remember who. I'd have to look it up.
You know, I respect you guys because you're not like Jay over there, right? You respectfully be like, we beat the Brooklyn Nets, but they're not a good team. Unlike Jay, he's over there like, well, we had a good victory over the Atlanta Hawks, not knowing that it was like a 20-point blowout against the Hawks, who don't have like nobody besides Ice Trey. But I respect you guys.
It was we beat the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, the Nets twice, and the Timberwolves again. But the impressive thing about that was we beat right before that we beat the Timberwolves without 4 of our starters, and we beat the Mavericks without Halliburton and without 2 of our starters, and then we got everybody back.
You guys could have beat. Y'all could have beat the Mavericks with your G League team. I'm just saying. I feel like any G League team.
You're not wrong. Hey, the Mavericks. You're right. The Mavericks are not that far off from being a G League. I mean, at this point right now,
they're going to get they're going to get one of the guys back though. I think pretty soon.
I mean, they had Anthony Davis the other night and then decided to sit him last night.
Oh, did they set him? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they're fighting for the number 10 spot. I think it is. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you rest Davis? I mean, you're still in playoff contention or a possible playoff contention. I don't know if I'm resting Davis unless they feel like he's just not 100% ready.
Well, I'll be honest with you. He put up okay numbers. I'm not gonna say he dominated. He put up okay numbers. I think it was under 20 points that he got. I think it was 17. He got about 6 rebounds, a couple of assists. So looking at that, it's like, I don't know, Anthony Davis, he's not fully ready, but it was good to see him come back.
Yeah, it looks like right now Dallas is who yesterday was at the 10th spot, now has slipped back down to the 11th spot. Looks like they're a half game behind Phoenix, who's on a 4-game win streak right now. So I don't know. I mean, Dallas may not get in. Who knows? I mean, who knows how that number 10 spot's going to shake out when it's all said and done. I do know we got 9 damn games left. Only 9 games. That's it between now and the playoffs. And right now, the Pacers are looking, the minimum is definitely trending in that direction. The Rockets have got to go through some very stiff competition, over those next 9 games. Obviously, 2 of the 9 is going to be against Frankie's team, so the Lakers. So, and then you look at the Lakers, like I said, you guys got 9 games that are not going to be easy on you guys, Frankie. And you're on a 2-game losing streak. I do think you're going to be in the playoffs. But are you at least a little bit nervous that possibility you could slide to the play-in slide out of the top 5, not the play-in, but out of the top 5?
No, because Golden State Warriors haven't been looking good lately. I mean, look at what happened to Jimmy Butler's Miami return last night. Jimmy Butler was straight trash. He was nowhere to be found. Stephen Curry hasn't been healthy enough in the last week or so. He's been dealing with some injuries. Draymond is always going to be Draymond. He's just there to trash talk people. He's like the enforcer of the Warriors. I'm not really worried about it. I don't think the Lakers are going to be in a play-in team, but they do. Since we're talking about it, I said it to you, Jay, before we started the show. Like, they do need to show their defense up again, because for 7 weeks in a row, the Lakers are like the number 1 defense, and I don't know what happened. It just disappeared. But hopefully they can find their rhythm and get back to form. And starting tonight against Tony and Chris's Indiana Pacers, we're gonna snap your winning streak. Damn it!
But let me ask you this: what's really interesting? I'm looking at the standings right now.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's wait till tomorrow.
Hey, look, guys. This is interesting to me because I'm looking at the standings, and out of all 10 teams that are in the playoffs, I know the 7 through 10 is a play-in, but right now, out of the top 10 teams, only 1, 2, 3, 4 have winnings right now. OKC's on a 7-game win streak. Houston won yesterday, so we're on a 1-game, whatever. But then you look at Denver, who's on a losing streak. Memphis won. But then after that, it's LA on a 3-game losing streak. Golden State on a 2-game losing streak. Clippers lost. Minnesota lost. Sacramento's on a 4-game losing streak. And then you got Phoenix at the bottom of the barrel on a 4-game win streak. I mean, that's a lot of losing as you're getting ready for the next 9 games prior to the playoffs.
That's true, Jay. But I look more at the last 10. If you look at the last 10, Thunder are 9-1, Rockets are 9-1, Nuggets are 4-6. That's not real good, of course.
Right.
Grizzlies are 6-4, Lakers are 3-7. Of course, they've been having troubles. Warriors are 7-3, but them 3, I think they lost. They ain't had Curry.
Right.
Not making excuses.
But literally, but like you said, out of the 10, only 1, 2.
Well, you got
3,
Clippers though, but
4,
you
5,
go
6,
Clippers and Timberwolves.
So 7 out of 10 have on the upside of the win of the 10 column or the 10 games.
Clippers are 8-2 and Timberwolves are 7-3. So
I don't know. It's looking pretty. I guess what I'm saying is it's looking a little rough right now in the West. I haven't looked at the East. I don't know if you guys are faring better than what we're doing, but dang.
Our top 6 is pretty good, and then we fall off.
Yeah, see, right now, the East, I'm looking at your standing. The East, right now, on your streaks, I mean, you're definitely doing way, way better. Right now, the East is looking way better than what the West is. So that's kind of a telltale sign to me a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting.
Hey, I seen what Joe just said. Hey, Joe, I switched my logos up like every other show. And for today, I switched it up because of the news that broke out yesterday, which we'll get to in a little bit. You'll know why, but I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna be that person today with Joe. I'm not.
but no, seriously. Hey, you guys out there in Pacer land, if you beat the Lakers tonight, then you'll be on the 6-game win streak, and Frankie's going to be on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, that's crazy.
It's big. I mean,
tonight's a very big game.
We could, if we could win that, at the Bucks with the issues they've got, which we're getting ready to talk about. We're 2 games ahead of the Bucks now, and I mean we're in a good spot where we can kind of guarantee us that 4th spot at least, and still got a shot at the Knicks. We are 3 games back with 10 games left. That's not easy, so probably wouldn't get there, but it's not impossible.
I'm about to reverse psychology, Tony, real quick. Don't say if when you win tonight. I'm gonna reverse psychology it. When we lose to the Pacers, Jay, You know how we do. You know how we do. Let's do some reverse psychology.
I don't talk shit because every time I do it backfires. So I
Hey.
keep quiet.
You know what? And Glenn, our boy Glenn, is a proven example of it because I remember
Yes,
he was on this show.
And Glenn better not get on here and start talking shit.
It was when you guys. It was when I remember you guys faced the Miami Heat right after they traded Butler, and he's in here like, "Oh, I can't wait to beat the Heat by like 30 points," and the next year you know that you guys lost by like.
Last time we played the Lakers, he was talking shit. We got our ass kicked. If Glenn comes on, take him out. He's not allowed on here today.
Hey, look, I tell Frankie every time, way back when we were talking about home, I forget what we were talking about. I think it was home runs, or I think Frankie was like right in the middle of Aaron Judge trying to get like over 70, whatever it was, Frankie. And he started getting all hyped. I said, Frankie, don't do it, man. Don't say, always go negative. Because when you go negative, it reverses itself and then you get what you want. And Frankie, he listened to me after a while. He started listening to me on that one. It's good strategy.
I think the Pacers will have trouble catching the Knicks because on paper, the Knicks have an easier schedule left than what the Pacers do as well.
And
Is
more healthy.
Brunson back, or is he still down right now?
He's still down.
Okay, I thought he was still down. Okay,
I think they're
that's
taking.
gonna hurt him.
I like what Chris did there, though. Like, after we talk about reverse psychology, he's over there reversing psychology on the down low. Like, I don't think we're gonna catch the Knicks on paper. They got an easier schedule than we do. This is reverse psychology over there, Chris. I understand.
See, that's easy for me to do with the Colts because look who our quarterbacks are. So I can definitely can be negative with the Colts and hope for the best.
Faith in Daniel Jones?
I'm trying to.
I think he's going to be the starter.
Yes. Golly. And how does that make you feel?
Just got to hope the coach.
It makes me feel fine because if he's better, if he can beat out Richardson shouldn't be the starter to begin with. So
yeah, I mean that's a good point. That's a good point. And then if that's the case, then what does Indianapolis do at Richardson? Do they just wait till his contract's over, or do they cut him early? I mean, I wonder how that's going to play out. Or they just keep him as a backup.
I think I don't know how that rookie contract works. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it'll be too early to ship him out.
Yeah, it probably depends on if anybody would want to trade for him or anything as well.
If Jones beats him out, they'll go with Jones and then try to find a way whenever Manning comes out to move up and get Manning.
You know, when these quarterbacks struggle the way they struggle like this, my first inclination is, oh yeah, this guy's done. But you know what? When I look at guys like Geno and Sam and all these other Baker, that have resurrected their careers, it makes me wonder if it's still possible, for like a guy like Anthony Richardson to resurrect himself and get back. It may not be with India. He may be with a different franchise, but.
Well, that's what I'm hoping with Jones. But Jones' best year was, I think, 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And 3,000 yards. That's his best year.
Right.
So I don't know, but we'll see.
I just saw today earlier, Trey Lance looks like it's going to be in the Canadian Football League now, which is fine. I mean, if that's where he needs to go to develop, then that might be not a bad idea for him.
What does that mean for the Cowboys, though? I mean, because you guys had him on your roster. Now you only, I think you only got Dak Prescott as your quarterback.
I think, what I think it means for us? I think Dallas more than likely will maybe pick up a Ewers or somebody in like rounds 3 or 4. There's going to be some quarterbacks that are going to slip down to rounds 3 or 4. And I think they'll snag up one of those guys and throw him as a backup and keep rolling. Honestly, if I was the Cowboys, that's what I would do.
Do you think they made a mistake not re-signing their other backup?
Oh, Cooper Rush? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know what? I say that. Cooper's a really interesting quarterback. Last year when Dak went down, or not last year, the year before last when they went down, Cooper actually won several really close, hard games. And then last year when Dak went down, Cooper was all over the place to the point where they were bringing Trey Lance in. When you're bringing Trey Lance in, that tells you that Cooper Rush obviously lost a lot. So at this point, it's okay to let Cooper go because I think he was going to demand a little bit of money. And the Dallas really didn't have it. So I'm okay with them letting him go and see what we can get in the draft at a cheaper rate, honestly.
You know,
Yeah, we got Will Greer, but I'm not a fan.
I was about
of
to
Will.
say, Joe is like one of those people. Like he's cool and comfortable coming in and saying, "Hey, we have Will Greer." Like, I mean, who?
No, Will Greer just. I mean, he's a third string quarterback for a reason. Now I guess right now he's sitting at number 2 because we let all of our other guys go. But if I'm Jerry Jones, I definitely think I take a Quinn Ewers or somebody at that level. Maybe even what's his name at Ohio, Will Howard or whatever. Maybe you'd be lucky to grab him in rounds 3, maybe 3 or 4, something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm sorry, Chris. That's what you want, Jerry. That's what you want Jerry Jones to do. But watch Jerry Jones go out and get you like a Spencer Riddler or Teddy Bridgewater or something like that.
You know what? I mean, is that possible? Yeah, it is. No, sir. I'm not laughing. I'm hurting over here right now, Frank. Diving right in.
Speaking of quarterbacks, the New York Giants have their new quarterback. What do you guys think about Russell Wilson going to the New York Giants?
Let me go first real quick, and then I'm going to dip out. Not that I'm dipping out because of Frankie's here, but I got to dip out. But no, hey, what do I think about Russell Wilson? I think we knew this was going to happen. I think when you saw Aaron Rodgers lining up with Pittsburgh, going there for interviews and things like that, I think New York said, okay, we're going to have to make a move here. I think Russell probably felt like he had to make a move here because he knew he wasn't going to go back to Pittsburgh, right? So it's a fit for Russell. He'll have Malik Neighbors, but that's really about all he has. And I think I hate to say it, but Russell Wilson at this point is probably a gap-filled quarterback for New York. I don't think he's not going to do. They're not going to do anything, in my opinion. So I think he played and he went exactly where we've been talking about for God knows how many shows now. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, New York, Pittsburgh. I mean, I think these are the destinations that we saw them going to.
Oh, real talk, honestly. But yeah, see you later, Jay. Real talk. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Russell Wilson was gonna pick Cleveland. Honestly, I thought he was going to pick the Cleveland Browns for some odd reason because if you looked at it on paper, Cleveland kind of have a better receiving core than the Giants do. But then looking at it, to me, it's a smart move on Russell Wilson's part. And it's a smart move on the Giants' part because for all season long, we've been hearing how the Giants have been, meeting with Shedeur Sanders and they're linked really hard to Shedeur Sanders. But clearly, if they went and got Russell Wilson, I don't think they're going to go and get Shedeur Sanders now because they already have so many quarterbacks on their roster. Why bring in Shedeur Sanders now? So it's going to change the whole landscape of the New York Giants organization just for the year. But we'll see how it goes. Like Jay said, they do have one player for wide receiver. But then again, he's overlooking Sterling Shepard. They have the number 3 pick. They can go out and get a wide receiver. They could get Travis Hunter and put him at wide receiver. Be a combo with him and Malik Neighbors. But I think Russell Wilson can win more games this year than Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito did last year.
I seen a prediction where you brought up Sanders. I seen a prediction where they're saying that the Giants will still take Sanders, their pick, and not play him this year, of course, and then go from there. I did see that prediction. Which what was Russell's is a 1 year, $21 million contract, 10.5 guaranteed. So basically a 1 year deal.
Yeah, and then they signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year deal. Then they re-signed Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. But I did see what I can't remember the guy's name. He's one of the guys McAfee has on all the time. And he predicted one of the guys does the drafts and stuff and all that stuff. He said that he predicted that Sanders would still go to the Giants. We'll see. What I did see this thing come up said that that the odds are the Giants to win only 3.5 games. So would you take the over or under on that?
Was that before the signing?
Since they signed him. Still 3.5 games.
Damn.
I think I'd take the over on that.
I'll take the over on that too.
Yeah, I would take the over as well. I think it's a smart. I think it was a smart move by the Giants, but I also do. I don't know if it'll be Sanders, but I do think the Giants are still going to take a quarterback in the draft. But to me, with Neighbors on the outside, and like you said with Shepard, their big thing is the offensive line. If they can protect Wilson. I think they'll be able to move the ball offensively. Their defense wasn't terrible last year, so I could see them win over 4 games. Definitely, in my opinion. I think they're got Wilson for a year, and they're going to draft. They're hoping to draft one of these quarterbacks in the draft and to be the guy in the future. Is what I think they're going to do, but they could go in a totally different direction as well. But it'll be interesting.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like they right now, after signing Russell Wilson, it's like they're the team at number 3 that can change the whole landscape of this year's draft. Like everybody's predicting them to get a quarterback, and then they could just change everything up and like get an offensive lineman or get another wide receiver, and just like ruin everybody's pick that they were already looking to get.
And like you guys said, if they're not going to get Sanders, they could possibly trade back in the draft and get more picks, still get the quarterback and get something else that's going to help them.
And Joe said he takes the New York Giants winning at least 6 games.
Yeah, I'd say 5%.
I got to see their opponents for next year. Because if I don't know who they play or who they're playing next year, it'll give me more of an insight. Just because of well, obviously they got to play their division twice. So
they play the Cowboys twice, right? There's 2 wins.
Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, that's 2 wins right there. Then you gotta play Washington and then the Eagles twice. That's already 4 losses right there. So that's a 2-4 record to start. I don't know who else they got to play. They got to play the Patriots. That's a loss right there. That's 2-5. Damn, that's not looking so good, guys. We already got 2 wins out of 5 losses.
All we need is 2 more wins, though.
Yeah, get over the 3.5. Yeah, they play the Bears.
He said, "Come on, guys, we own the New York Giants," and that's true. That's true. No lie. Like the Cowboys really do own the New York Giants for like a while now, for a long time, honestly. But Joe, you need to put that hardcore fandom aside and you need to look at it. All right, you guys really, you guys don't got a running back. You guys got 1 wide receiver. The Giants got 1 good wide receiver. They got a good quarterback. They got a good running back. They got the number 3 pick where they can get another wide receiver. The Giants. I'm not gonna say that the Giants are gonna beat the Cowboys or anything like that, but the Cowboys are they're not no far off from the Giants.
Let's see. Oh shit. Okay.
The Patriots signed Stephon Diggs to a 3-year, $69 million deal with I think it was 24 million or 21 million guaranteed or something like that. Not happy about that. I got mixed emotions, guys, but I'll let you talk first.
No, yeah, I saw that. I think it's a good pickup. And if you go by Diggs' history, you usually get a couple good years out of him before he starts bitching and wanting out, or things maybe a little friction with the quarterback. So I think it's a good deal. Patriots needed a weapon on offense, and with the moves that they've made so far this season, I think they're a lot better than what they were last year already. So I think it's a good move. You just hope that Diggs can fit in and don't cause problems. But like I said, usually get about a 2-year window out of him.
I think with their head coach, I think he'll be fine for at least a couple of years. I think they'll be fine. I think it's a pretty good pickup. It wasn't. What was it? 69 million, 3 years, 69 million, 26 and a half guaranteed, I think it was. So I think it's good. I think it's a good pickup. I do. I think it's a good pickup. New England's definitely looking up.
Well, I had mixed emotions about it. You guys know how I felt about Stephon Diggs since his Minnesota days. We've always been saying how Stephon Diggs is like a cancer to a football team, and it's true. He really is. But as a Patriot fan, I'm super excited about it because, like what Chris said, we needed a weapon for Drake May. We needed that 1 wide receiver, that number 1 wide receiver. And people look at Stephon Diggs and say, he could possibly not a wide receiver 1 because in Buffalo, it was possible that he could be a wide receiver 2 at Buffalo because Josh Allen had so many other weapons. In Minnesota, he was a wide receiver 2, I guess. I mean, or he could have been a 1 until Justin Jefferson came in. And then in Houston, C.J. Stroud and having, Collins and everybody else, like he wasn't even a wide receiver at Houston, which is why I think that's the reason he chose to go to the New England Patriots, because he knew that he could be a wide receiver 1 there and get most of opportunities catching the ball and stuff like that. I think, like I said, I hate it, but then I like it because it's been 7 years since the Patriots had a wide receiver 1 on that roster. So I'm excited about that. But then again, with his attitude and off the field, on the field, I hope he doesn't bring that to New England, because Mike Vrabel he won't deal with that. Neither will Robert Kraft. Because we've seen that with Josh Gordon, and we've seen that with Antonio Brown. So
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't bring that attitude to New England. But we like you guys said, Mike Vrabel. This offseason, we spent about $355 million after that signing of Stephon Diggs. That's the most in NFL this season of spending cash. But it's worth it because he literally is filling in every single hole that we needed. His defense is solid. I love the defense. The defense is going to be 100% great. The offensive side, he got two good linemen. Stephon Diggs is not the only wide receiver that they signed. They also signed former Buffalo Bill Matt Collins. So we have 2 former Bills on our team that's getting a chance to face the Bills twice a year. And I can't wait to see the aggression that they're going to have going up against Josh Allen in Buffalo. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. But I'm not trying to be greedy, guys, but I want more. And I've been saying it for a while. I want offensive linemen. I understand we got like 2 offensive linemen from the signings. But, I feel like one of them, for the guy from the Jets, he's the only good offensive lineman that we signed. I think we need more.
where do you think they're going to go in the draft? What do you think they're going to pick?
It all depends on the Giants. That's why I'm saying, that's why I said earlier, with them having the number 3 pick and us having the 4, is kind of tough because they signed Russell Wilson. We all thought that they were going to go a quarterback, which I'm hoping, Tony, that your prediction goes true. Either they trade back and get more draft picks or whatever like that, or they continue with getting Shedeur Sanders at 3. But if the Giants end up getting a quarterback and Travis Hunter is still available, I'll go Travis Hunter and put him at wide receiver with Stephon Diggs, because then we'll have Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, we'll have Demario Douglas, Kendrick Bourne, and pretty much more Keyshawn Boutte, and we'll have many more. But if we're not able to get Travis Hunter, I'll say go Abdul Carter.
Okay.
I like Carter a lot.
And Joe said that he really wanted Dallas to pick up Diggs. See, I don't think Diggs might have not been a good pickup for Dallas. I mean, I understand talent-wise, but he is a head case, and I think Dallas has enough head cases on their team. They've got some other guys who have attitude issues. I don't know that he would have been a good fit. I think he's a better fit in New England. That's just my opinion.
No, like I said, I look at it as, because Dallas already has a wide receiver 1. They got CeeDee Lamb. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as Stephon Diggs did this because New England doesn't have a wide receiver 1. So he automatically knows that he's going to be that guy, that main target that Drake May is going to throw to. And I feel like that's the only reason why. He had other teams looking at him. I think it was the Buffalo Bills, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the New England Patriots all looking at him, and the Houston Texans. They were all looking at him. But he decided to go to New England because he knows he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver on that team, which is why the money was mind-blowing to me, honestly. Because, Tony, we talked about it, I think, last week, where you asked me, what would the money situation look like if we were to sign him? And I told you, I said, 1-year deal, max $10 million or whatever like that.
Yeah.
They ended up giving him a 3-year deal, $69 million, 26.5 guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
That's a little mind-blowing to me, especially for a wide receiver that's coming off an ACL injury.
Yeah.
They said he is ahead of schedule. He's running his pace and stuff like that. He's projected to start the season for week 1. But we'll see how he do. It's done. It's a done deal. Ink on the paper. Nothing more I can say about it besides welcome to New England, Stephon. I hope you dominate the Bills for us.
Well, not counting the draft, because we don't know what's going to happen there. What is your expectations of New England and the win total for next year?
I'll probably say like 7 games.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking between 7 and 8.
And Diggs is 31, so that is quite a bit of money for a 31-year-old receiver. For some reason, I wasn't thinking that he was that old.
I was thinking he's about 29.
I don't know. I'm excited, guy. I'm excited, but I'm pissed about it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like yesterday, the news came out, and I'm driving in the car as the news go out, and I let out a big, I don't want to curse, but I said, the F word really loud. But then I took a minute, and I'm like, but we got the wide receiver. Like, let's go. I had so much emotion. I'm like, damn. But
he's in the car. He's in the car fighting with himself.
I am. I'm like,
that sucks. No, that's good. That sucks. That's good.
Like, I didn't know if the guy driving next to me was looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? There's nobody with him. I don't know. It was just mixed emotions, but I took a day to think about it. I said to myself, we needed it. We got it. Now I'm okay with it. Now I'm going to go get a Stephon Diggs jersey and walk around and piss off every Buffalo fan around my area. I mean, hey, bright side on Stephon Diggs, bro. You're going to walk into a facility and see 6 Super Bowl Lombardi trophies there. You're going to see some banners. I mean, you never got to see that in Minnesota or Houston or Buffalo. So get to see some banners, man. You get to touch the Lombardi trophy, see what it feels like to touch one of those shiny babies. You pick your one, Stephon. You pick the one you want.
Have you ever touched the Lombardi, Frankie?
I have actually, yeah. When the Patriots at that time were 3-time Super Bowl champions, it was the preseason year of the year they went and won the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. I went to a preseason game, the last one against the Giants, and I walked around before going into the game and stuff, and I actually got to see the Lombardi trophies and stuff, and like people get to go and take pictures with it and touch it and stuff like that. So yeah, I got to touch a Lombardi trophy for a couple seconds. I got a picture with it. It was an amazing feeling, honestly. I felt like a champion for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I got to touch it when the Colts won it back in 2006. They actually brought it here to our town to an appliance store, and you could go in and get pictures and touch it and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a champion. Most places like Buffalo can't say that.
That's true.
I did have to switch it up a little bit. I did have something I heard earlier. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. There was Chicago White Sox. I've had 6 pitchers now in spring training that have to get Tommy John.
Damn.
6 pitchers on one team.
All in one season?
Yeah, just in the spring training time this year that they're on their 6th pitcher that has to have Tommy John surgery.
Who the hell's their trainer?
I mean,
or pitching coach.
Yeah, I was wondering like what, how the hell is that? For one, Tommy John surgeries are up as a whole, but a lot of that is the pitching style now. But how do you get 6 guys on one team in a month and a half of spring training? All had to have Tommy John surgery. That's crazy.
They're already eliminated. I mean, obviously, we already knew that they were going to be eliminated by like June or whatever, but it's not even April yet, and they're already eliminated. The season starts tomorrow. They're already eliminated. Breaking news, guys. Sorry, Chicago White Sox fans. I think in the bright side, who's really happy about this is Crockett. I mean, you left the White Sox and went to Boston. I mean, if you would have stood in the White Sox, you would have probably got Tommy John also.
Yeah, that's nuts. How is that possible?
Tony's pissed right now. He's like,
"How guys on one team?"
I mean, it's shocking to hear 2 from one team.
Yeah, 6.
The number of Tommy John's surgeries are up, which I think is because of the style of pitching now. Everybody goes out there and throws as hard as they can, as long as they can, and then they're not worried about if they have to have Tommy John surgery as much as they used to be. Because a lot of these guys, you miss a season, but a lot of them are coming back being able to throw the ball harder after they have Tommy John surgery. You have 12, 13-year-old kids that their parents
Oh,
are
that's been going for- that's been
their parents are having them get Tommy John surgery and they don't even need it.
I know. That's why I can't wait for Garrett Cole to come out back next year. Just throw like a machine. Oh, he's gonna throw 100-mile-an-hour fastballs at the age of 45. It's gonna be amazing. But real question though on that 6 pitchers, which is I'm so mind blown about it. Are they like pitchers that were called up from minor leagues, or are they like pitchers that they were gonna have on the
Those are starting
roster?
rotation guys. Or...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll see. I'll look it up and see if I can.
Because if it's like at least 2 or 3 that's gonna be on the starting rotation, that's crazy.
Yeah, my son-in-law is a White Sox fan, and they're down in Arizona now. They're going to see the opening day Cubs in Arizona because they go to ballparks. But they did see the White Sox play down in spring training the other day. I think it was Monday. They seen that, but yeah, he'll be. Which he was already kind of heartbroken anyway, the way they've been going.
Well, if you're playing fantasy baseball, I don't think it matters to you. I don't think anybody's drafting any player from Chicago White Sox.
The White Sox over-under is 53 and a half wins on the season.
I think I take under.
That's 53.5. That's being generous to them. That's insane.
That's the lowest betting total for sports books in over 35 years.
I would have given less than that. I would have given like 30 wins or even less than that.
I don't remember what they had last year. I know it wasn't really good. I remember last year they were selling tickets for $3.
Poor Andrew Benintendi. I really like Andrew Benintendi, and I feel sorry for him.
And it wasn't that many years ago. They had a pretty good team.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
That's one of the teams I'm gonna go watch play the Reds this year, because that's who they play on Pete Rose Day.
That's right.
It's the White Sox.
Chris, let's be real. You're gonna go to that. You guys are gonna go to that game because you know it's gonna be the cheapest one in the season.
Oh,
No. It's not going to be.
It'll be one of the more expensive ones because it's Pete Rose Day.
They're doing. They're giving Pete Rose jerseys, and they're the jerseys they wore. You like this? It's the ones that they wore when they beat the Yankees
In the World Series.
in the World Series.
Why would I like that one?
Well, that's why I said that. That's when they beat the Yankees. They were on the road, so they're wearing the road jerseys when they beat the Yankees. And who was the other one? Because they won in 75 and 76. 75 Red Sox when they won it on the road against the Red Sox, and they won it on the road against the Yankees.
Oh, see, 75, 76. I don't care about that.
Well, I did. I was there. I'm old as hell.
But
I was
I
at
bet
the
you were
Reds
there.
World Series.
But they're giving the fans Pete Rose throwback Pete Rose jerseys on that day, so I'm definitely going because he's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah, I definitely want to go that too.
Yeah, we all love cheaters.
Yep.
We all love cheaters. I mean, Jay loves Jose Altuve. I like Alex Rodriguez. You guys like Pete Rose.
You like Tom Brady too, right?
I love Tom Brady. That's my dude. I love
Another cheater. Hell, we love Rose. We should get us our own jerseys at Cheaters Club.
I mean, hey. What you always say, Tony, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't competing. You ain't cheating, you ain't competing. We got a friend that's got a shirt. He's a wrestler. He's a pro wrestler, and that's what it says on the back of his shirt. If you ain't cheating, you ain't competing.
I mean, look at Eddie Guerrero. He was the biggest cheater of them all. And they loved him.
Yep.
It's the truth though, because if you're not cheating, somebody else is.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Yankees. They weren't cheating, but the Astros were. They ain't cheating no more, though. They ain't cheating no more. I can't wait to see how the Astros are gonna look this year. The emotion Jay's gonna have this baseball season is gonna be interesting.
Jay's probably in his car listening to this, probably saying that fucking Frankie.
Probably, but even if he was here, he knows I'll say it to him because it's really gonna be interesting. You don't have Kyle Tucker no more. You don't got Alex Bregman no more.
I was gonna say you got to mention Bregman because Jay bitches him at least once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how Jay is. He's like half with Alex Bregman, right? He's sad to see Alex Bregman leave,
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, you know, he wasn't worth it. You know, his hitting wasn't there. His defense was good, but we needed a hitting. But at the end of the day, you love Alex Bregman.
If he'd have stayed, Man, that's a big get, man. We kept
Yeah.
bringing him. We're going to the series. He's probably
He'll try and like convince himself to like, you know, it's a great get, it's a great job re-signing him, but the money, I feel like the money was just too much. If we would have got him on a little cheaper thing, the Astros are going to be incredible. The only way the Astros will be incredible, and I'm not even joking, is if the Texas Rangers pitching is going to be as it was last year, right? Let's not forget they got Nathan Eovaldi, they got Jacob deGrom, they got whoever else is over there. They got good pitching over there in Texas. The only reason they failed last year is because they all got hurt at the wrong time. So I mean, that's the only way that the Astros, would quote unquote have an incredible season. Let's not forget your division is real easy, Joe. That's a real easy division, and I don't care. And I say that to Jay every year that his division is easy, and he tries to come up with a way and be like, how do you guys say my division is easy? Look at the standing. Well, Jay, let's be real, right? I mean, you're not here, but let's be real, Jay. Texas was dominating that division last year, and then they got hurt. You guys weren't that good in Houston. You only caught up and won the division because of Texas got hurt. Seattle, Seattle's always Seattle. They have a good start to the season, terrible in the middle, and then it's like up and down at the end. So then we don't care about the Angels, and nobody cares about the Oakland A's or the A's, Sacramento A's, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, whatever the hell they are.
Who does the Yankees open up against tomorrow?
Milwaukee.
It's on ESPN. I think 3 p.m.
You guys need to beat the Brewers.
Oh, we got you, bro.
It's gonna. Mets play tomorrow.
10 after 4. I'm pretty sure. I better double check because if I'm wrong, I'll be mad.
We play Giants, don't we?
Yeah, we open up against San Francisco.
Real quick, guys. To go back to something because we was talking about quarterbacks and stuff. I just seen a report where they said that Howard is doing a throwing day right now, and standing right behind him is Mike Tomlin.
My daughter didn't like that.
Yeah, she was not a fan.
Well, that don't surprise me because even if they get Rodgers, I think they might draft I think they'll draft a quarterback in the draft sometime because you're only going to have Rodgers for a year or two.
I bet you.
Yeah, it said that Tomlin, also the Pittsburgh GM Omar Khan and Arthur Smith, Pittsburgh's offensive coordinator, was all standing right behind Howard while he was throwing. Must be Ohio State's pro day today.
That must be.
I don't like Sam Howard. Did you see him in the combine, or was he? I don't think it was him in the combine. It was somebody in the combine that was overthrowing.
Will Howard had a bad combine.
Yeah, so it was Will Howard. Yeah, he was terrible. He was missing targets, like overthrowing, underthrowing. It was insane. I don't get why people are going to Ohio just to see him. If this man gets drafted in the first round, or if even in the top 3 rounds, if he get drafted within the top 3 rounds, I'm gonna be upset.
I think he's gonna be a good quarterback in the NFL. I really do.
I think he will too.
I know he didn't have a good combine, but I watched a lot of his games this year with Ohio State. He's pretty good.
Oh man, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's really gonna be interesting. I can't wait for the draft to come up. You know what else I can't wait for it to come? WrestleMania. I can't wait for WrestleMania. I can't wait for the roast.
Less than a month away.
Yeah, they're having that roast. Hey, have you seen what they're doing with Gable and the Luchador?
Yes,
hilarious.
It's amazing.
I love it, man. And there's people speaking out against it, saying it's racist and shit. People grow up.
I love it.
And people mad because of the Golf of America, which I'm not a big fan of this Golf America shit, but I still think it's funny that they used it instead of Golf of America.
It is funny. He's from the Gulf of America. He comes out with an American luchador mask, and he has a Spanish name. It's amazing.
And they show that old time, like he was wrestling 50 years ago, in black and white. And then disappeared and now come back. It's fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I heard his parents is his mother's Vicky Guerrero and his dad is Mr. America.
Yeah. They're talking about the Hulk Hogan, Mr. America. That's what they said.
Hulk Hogan's not Mr. America. They're two different things. He took a lie detector test and he passed it. With
Yeah, that's
flying
true.
colors.
He did. I'm excited about WrestleMania. A lot of people don't think the build is good. Is the build as good as last year? No, probably not, because
Yeah.
everything was such a surprise. But if you go look at the matches that they've got booked right now, and there's only like 6, and go back and look what was on the WrestleMania card last year, the matches are going to be better this year.
I think they make dominant matches like that, because it was WrestleMania 40. We only see those type of good wrestling cards every 10 years, honestly. But this year, it's honestly amazing. I said it to my wife the other day. It was mind blowing to me because I said I should be a WWE writer, honestly, or something, because I predicted majority of the match cards for a while.
They're looking for writers.
I mean, every single match that's been going on so far is I predicted well, except for the triple threat match that's gonna happen, because I know for a fact that it's gonna end up with a triple threat match between Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca. I got that wrong. I thought it was gonna be a 1-on-1 between Rhea and Bianca.
I did too.
What other match? I didn't predict the Randy Orton Kevin Owens. They did that really quickly at the last second.
Yeah, I thought that was coming.
Rhea Ripley's fighting Io Sky next week.
Yeah, it doesn't. I understand that she's facing Io Sky next week, but at the end of the day, it's gonna end up being a triple threat.
Well, you see, and the special referee is
Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair, so something's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, something's going to get screwed up to where it's going to turn into a triple threat. Like, Adam Pearce is going to be fed up, and he's going to be like, oh, whatever, we're going to do a triple threat match, and it's official. Have a nice day. I need a drink.
Yep.
That's Adam Pearce. That's Adam Pearce every Monday. I need a drink with his glasses off.
Yeah, I'm excited for WrestleMania. I don't think the build has been as bad. I think people just last year was so different with The Rock coming in and the way they did that tag team match and the way they did the main events. I think the main events, and there were some other good matches, but the main events carried that show. I don't think the main events I think will be good, but I think it's not going to carry this show. I think a lot of the other matches are going to be good too.
This one is going to be good. I can tell you right now, The Rock's going to come out and help John Cena try and win. And then we're going to finally get the shattering glass at WrestleMania that we should have got last year. Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to finally pop out, because he said he's going to be in Vegas. Stone Cold Steve Austin did say he's going to be in Vegas for WrestleMania weekend. So I'm predicting to see Stone Cold come out and help Cody Rhodes. He was supposed to be there last year, which was mind-blowing to me, because I was like, why the hell, The Rock came out and he did what he did against John Cena, and then we see Undertaker, and it's just like, that don't make sense. Like, it should have been Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Who do you think wins? I asked Chris this question. I don't know, and he said he didn't know either what they'll do. Who do you think wins between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk?
Yeah, that's gonna be a real weird one.
What the direction? I think the favor is going to be he's going to ask Heyman to help him win, and
that's what I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking also, or you can also predict that Heyman said screw it and just help Seth Rollins win, and because it says Seth Rollins because of Paul Heyman guy. I mean,
yeah, there was some rumors of that too. Yeah. So.
I mean, who's the one person in that match card that's like literally never been a Paul Heyman guy? Seth Rollins, and somebody always ends up becoming a Paul Heyman guy that's dropping our jaws. Like we from the day one, we never thought that Paul Heyman will be with Roman Reigns. Like, we were shocked to see Roman Reigns be like, I got my wise man, and he looks over and it's Paul Heyman. Like, we were shocked.
I did see where Sami Zayn asked for time off. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to be at WrestleMania, but I don't think he's going to have a match on WrestleMania. Now, he could show up, but he did ask for time off.
He needs it. I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Like, what kind of storyline can they build for him? For WrestleMania.
Well, people online's wanting him to come back in a mask and be that mask character, the Mexican, and take on Gable. What was it? LJ? I can't pronounce it. But
El Generico, yeah.
Yeah, El Generico. Yeah, they want him to come back and take on Gable.
Open the door?
That would be weird.
That would be weird. It'd be a hell of a match.
I've been hearing that they're gonna possibly do a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
With Braun Breaker, Penta, and Dom and Finn Balor.
Yeah, that would be good. I
I
tell
think
you that
I think-
Gable and now I had his name in there. Dragon Lee match was outstanding the other night.
I didn't expect Dragon Lee to have hair.
Yeah,
He had a lot of hair. I didn't expect him to have that much hair.
yeah,
was a
Gable
lot, I'm not
pulled his
gonna
mask
lie.
off.
I think Ray Phoenix is gonna come out and help Penta at WrestleMania.
It's possible. I don't know what they're going to do because the rumors is that they're going to put Phoenix on SmackDown.
I could see that happening. Have Ray Phoenix become like United States champion, Penta become Intercontinental champion. Also, I didn't know if you guys noticed this, but we had some breaking news on wrestling. Also, that former name Paige, now Saraya, is departing AEW with the possibility of returning to WWE.
Yep. Yeah, I seen that.
How do you guys feel about Paige probably coming back to if she comes back to WWE? You think she's gonna continue the Saraya name, or would she go back to be called Paige?
I think I think she'll go back to being Paige, but I'm not for sure. That's just my opinion. She was pretty popular as Paige, and I just don't know how much she'll wrestle. I'm wondering if she'll be more of a manager or I know she got cleared in AEW, but AEW is a lot more lax than what WWE is.
I could see you coming back and building a faction with some NXT women.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. I think if she does come back, I think it'll be as Paige as well, because I think more people know her. I think more people would respond and know her as Paige than they will as a Saraya or however you pronounce it.
Frankie, how have you seen those promos? I've liked them, but a lot of people have. I don't say a lot of people, just some of the internet people haven't liked them.
I think I like it.
Yeah.
It don't matter. She comes back as Paige, Saraya. It don't matter to me. Just come back home to WWE. Oh, look what you did, girl. Hey, Joe. That's not how you spell her name, bro. She's not a book. You don't turn her.
She's doing porno movies.
I mean, some people did turn her, but we're not gonna go there.
Yeah. It did happen. We're not going that direction, or we'll get slapped with the
I had
ruler.
to say because I seen Chris's face. He turned his face. He's like, oh, he had it in his head. Like she did get turned like a page, though. Oh man.
Maybe she could manage the New Day.
Speaking of pages, what are paper made out of? Wood. What she was what I gotta stop.
We're gonna be getting a lecture.
Yep.
Oh no, I gotta stop. I told Logan I'll be professional. He said, "Sorry guys, I'm Italian." No, you're good. I'm just busting chops. It's cool. It's cool. You're Italian, and she's from Norwich, England. Us Americans, we say Norwich, but then they get pissed and they say the same thing we say. But apparently, there's something in there that we don't say.
Yeah. Well, the reason, and she kind of said it in an interview. Kind of the reason she went to AEW, and they didn't do anything with him, but they signed her brother. He's been released, and now she's leaving. But she kind of said in the interview, I went to AEW and they signed my brother. Of course, he wrestled on Ring of Honor a couple times. That was it. He didn't get much of a chance because WWE wasn't interested. Not every, they can't sign everybody.
Hey, he had a moment in WWE when they went to England. He got smashed by a Big Show, but he was in there.
Yeah,
Paige's brother. But I mean, I think this took a while for her to leave AEW. I mean, we haven't seen her on TV for a while. She really hasn't been doing anything with AEW since winning the title again in front of her family. I feel like that's the only reason why she won it, because it was in her home country and her when they were in when AEW All Out was in England that year. Yeah, she won it. It was a triple threat match. It was between her, Toni Storm, and Britt Baker, if I'm not mistaken, and she ended up winning.
Is her contract coming up, or
Yeah,
is she,
I think it's actually has expired, or it's going to expire in a couple of days. They're not going to resign her. So. Or she's
Yeah.
not whatever.
Even if they were going to try to resign her, she just let it be known, like, I'm not even going to resign. Don't even try and Tony Khan, don't even try and talk to me about a contract extension. Like, don't even call me. Once it's done, it's done. I'm done.
There's rumors. That's a guy I really like, and he's been more on the independent scene. He wasn't Impact. I didn't think Impact used him right, and he has been on NXT. Had a couple good matches with Obafemi. Rumors is today WWE is going to sign Hammerstone.
Yeah, I saw that too. Hammerstone. That's gonna be a good one. I'm sick, you know what? I'm sick of WWE going after these big looking dudes. Like, stop going out and getting these muscle head dudes because they're big on, they big on the screen and they're huge. Like, stop doing that. There's too many big people. Go get some high flyers. Look at Penta. I love Penta. I love me some Penta. Penta's my dude.
I like that one. Yeah, I like Penta a lot too, and Ray Phoenix. But Gable can do a lot of that stuff too. I like the guy down in NXT, the young guy. I can't think of his name right now. They call him the Young G, but I can't think of his name.
The Young G. That's something I would call myself in wrestling.
He's only like 20 years old, and they say he's bouncy, but I can't think of his name.
This is not going well, Tony. They call him the Young G. 20 years old. They call him. They say he's bouncy.
Yeah, the dude can do. The dude can do anything.
Sounds
move wise.
Sounds like he might have been in some of the movies with Paige.
You said that. I did.
Oh God, yeah, it is spelled like that, Joe. Good job going on Google and looking it up. I'm just joking, Joe. I'm just busting your chops, man. Or shall I say, I'm just cutting your spaghettis.
All right. You guys got anything else before we get out of here for the day?
I'm good.
No, I'm good also. Or actually, yeah, I'm gonna plug something real quick. Baseball starts tomorrow, y'all, and y'all know what that means. That means Frankie the Yankee Show will be back and running. Just a reminder that Frankie the Yankee Show is not just a show about the Yankees. It is called that because I am Frankie the Yankee, and it is my show where you can come and talk about any team, any league, any division. It's a baseball show, and it will be back soon. I'm probably going to bring it back tomorrow, probably in the morning time before the afternoon show, so that way I could get some thoughts in and stuff like that before opening day. I don't know if Tony and Chris probably want to hop on and get ready for some baseball talks. I know Jay's gonna try and get on as well. But yeah, guys, Frankie the Yankee Show here on ESPN is back, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to talk some baseball.
Cool. Hey, that wrestler's name I couldn't remember is Javon Evans.
Javon Evans, yeah.
What time do the Yankees play tomorrow?
3.
That's 3. Which is a weird time to me. Why? Like at 3, like any other time it'd be like 1:05 or 4:05 or 6:35.
I know ESPN's got at least 2 games for sure.
We play at like 10 after 4.
Yeah, it makes no
sense. A random time,
especially in Cincinnati.
Yeah, you would think this time of year in Cincinnati, you think it would have been like a 1 or 2 o'clock game.
Well, normally it is
early because it's going to get cold.
They got the parade.
Oh yeah, they had a big opening day parade. I forgot about that.
I think it's going to get rained out anyway, Chris. I don't think we'll have a game.
Wait, you guys do an opening day parade?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have for years, like 50 years or more.
Damn, we're not that special.
Yeah, they've done that because back in the day, Cincinnati for a long time was the first opening game. I mean, that was the first game that actually started. They would do it 30, 40 minutes before anybody else. And it was the first opening game, and they did a parade. They used to do the parade like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, you do.
And it sells out every year.
What was that?
The opening day for the Reds, it sells out every year as well. It's hard to get tickets for opening day.
I bet everybody wants to get to that first game of the season. I know it's going to be packed for the Yankees, but I don't know if I think we are home. I can't be 100% sure. I think we are home, but I'm waiting for that first Subway Series that's going to happen in May, where Juan Soto's going to come back to the Bronx. And it's already been expected. He's not getting no video tribute. Everybody keeps questioning, like, I wonder if the Yankees are going to give him that. Like, no, he's been on the Yankees for one season. It's not going to be no thing. But we're going to boo the hell out of him when you come back to our house. Whose house? Our house.
We play the Giants on Thursday and Saturday at home.
You don't got no
play,
game on Friday?
Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
They always take Friday off.
We get Friday off. That's
What
always
the hell?
Yeah, they always do that. Yankees are at home.
Yeah, they always do that every year. We get the day after opening day off. I don't know why, but it's always like that. It always messes with me because I watched the game on Thursday and I'm thinking, okay, we play them again tomorrow. And then
Right.
there's no game.
That's how I'd be. Like, when we get 2-game series sets, I'm like, the third day, I'm like, where's this game at? Like, and then I notice we have the day off, and I'm just like, oh, shit, this sucks.
Yeah. And especially for baseball, because you get used to your team plays almost every day, it seems like. So when you have an off day, it's kind of weird.
My daughter and them's going to that game tomorrow. Cubs and Diamondbacks. That's 10-10. Of course, there will be only 7-something out there.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on all social media for ESEN and for the Gonzo Sports Room. And we will see you guys tomorrow right around 2:00.
Astros suck.
This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.